ready. Yeah. Camp Fair started way back the centuries, and in more recent years, Lord Ventry, who's the landlord of the entire peninsula, he started a fair at the village in September, and people used to come from all over Ireland, all over Munster really, trying to buy rams for they were great breed. So he bought the first Scotch breed of sheep here to camp, and the Scotch breed are here today, and they'll be here hopefully with another several generations. But the tradition of it was that people bought and sold sheep always, and this is what's continuing today. And I suppose the other thing about it is that since the marts came, we still managed to keep the sheep fair going despite the mart, because the marts now are where a lot of the farmers buy their stock and sell their stock, but we managed to keep it alive, so it's a great tradition. And the mutton pie, you have to go in and have a mutton pie before the day is out.
Oh, okay, fantastic. And they have mutton pie in
they have them
Castle Gregory
over
as well?
Yeah, that's right. They have them over in Dwyer's. If you go into Dwyer's Mace, you will get a mutton pie. And and down to the junction as well, Mary Fitzgerald, the junction, she does beautiful mutton pies. So don't go home without a mutton pie.
I'm shooting the pies.
Oh, Stephen, I don't do that now, my dear. That's bad. Infamous, I think is the word we're looking for.
And did you bake them in-house?
They're baked in-house with our chef behind us, dishwasher back outside, Brian.
Oh yeah, sorry, yeah. No, bro.
And is it one pie for helping or two pies for helping?
One pie for helping.
Yeah.
But he's asked for two.
Yeah, oh my lord. And it's mutton.
Mutton, yeah. Traditional.
Yeah, and I wonder, are there local sheep now that he's used?
Everything would be local.
Everything
would be local, yeah.
Now it's nearly 5 to 4. The guys are knocking on the door.
Are you going to race on Friday? Friday you're going to race.
It's a Tuesday, all the girls are on the floor. Swinging up, whistling back. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Camp Fair Day, one of the oldest festivals in Western Europe. Thank you for keeping the tradition alive. We're going to have a wonderful day here. Not as shiny as light upon us, guys. It's going to be a fabulous day.
Well, when I started coming here as a child with my father, there'd be pins on both sides of the road, all the way down and all the way up to up here, up all the streets. There'd be, there'd no way a car would come up or down on a truck. There'd be so many sheep inside in the pins. There was men here would used to bring sheep. One man, I remember him bringing 100 sheep here and going back again for another 100 after dinner and he had them all sold in lots. And there was a lot of men, all this men used to come with sheep. They used to even come the evening before that time to put up the pins. So that was mine.
And would they camp out then that night?
No, they go home again and bring the sheep in the morning. They bring the sheep, they were walking them that time. I suppose before my time they were walking them. Not one walks them all the time. Jimmy Dwyer probably walked them here this morning. But he'd be one of the only ones, and the rest of them brought them by box. And most of the men that they were dealing with, God be good to them, were all dead and gone. So but we'll keep it alive as long as we can anyway. The horses are a new thing here. The horses are in with the last 10 years, maybe 15. But everything else was the sheep the sheep are coming with thousands, hundreds of years. There's probably there. I haven't the full history of it, but I have. Milo, a question for you. Milo, come here. A question for you. How long ago is it since I used to walk them here?
Oh, years.
You should know. I suppose you walked them here this morning, did you?
I didn't really, but
You used, yeah?
so it was 50 years ago. 50 years ago. Yeah.
And did you walk yours this morning?
Not this morning, no, but we did long ago. All
He
right,
did
yeah.
long ago. That man represented Ireland with dogs. Milo O'Brien, camp. So he did. One man his dog. He was in Scotland with him. So he did. There's a sourdough dude. Welcome to camp.
Thank you.
You buy a nice horse. You buy Eddie Robin Dingle yesterday.
Oh, what?
It's all the others, I suppose you keep. You buy something today.
I won't. I have no sheep now.
I have it all done for you, John.
We kicked off, we're only warming up.
John, what year was it
I
open?
know I used to be in quiz teams, but actually the memory is gone.
Disordered. I would like to try confusing you yet.
I know, I'm alright. My mind is good. Thank
That's
God.
good.
It is
That's
vital.
good.
It is so vital.
Ah, yes.
You're still farming away.
I am farming. I have sheep
Yeah.
and a few horses and a few cattle and
Yeah, and so on and so forth.
so I'm trying. Might
Yeah.
buy a few sheep today here if I get them.
Yeah, well, that'd be a nice idea. You often did before.
I always did, and my father before me bought sheep here.
I know, sure. You remember Tommy Connor, the smallest man with
Tom-
with the hat?
Dealing, he bought.
He used to always
used-
walk up around here.
He used, yeah. I'm surprised his son here, Dermot.
I know,
Or,
the Kerry footballer is it? Dermot.
Gerard is his son.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
But he probably will. But you see, I heard the marts have a lot of it taken away from it. So the mart in Kilmere, the sheep mart is on
Oh,
today.
the marts have it all taken, yeah,
taken away, so
They
that
have,
was
they
it.
have.
But as I said a while ago, that was years when there'd be pins all the way
Oh,
along.
yeah, oh, God, yeah.
Going back and up
They put
along.
them down the night before.
Yeah, yeah. And they used to walk them.
Yeah.
They used to walk sheep.
Yeah, oh, yeah. Oh, there's...
They used to even walk them from Clahan. The Clahan people used to walk them one time.
I used to have the grazing. They were my relations. Jerry Moore Island, that peninsula that's out in the sea over.
Yeah, yeah.
And the sheep used to do very well there because of the salt related to the grass. And there was O'Shea in Brandon.
Yeah.
Was it O'Shea? What's his name? A butcher.
Yeah.
I think it was.
He was
And
buying.
he was buying from me a lot. Some of the Tralee butchers would buy, but he was a fairly regular man.
Yeah.
And he suggested that I'd have to drive the sheep from Derrymore to Brandon. They'd meet me somewhere around
That was a fair
suburb.
That was a fair
And I
walk.
did it, but I was very athletic and fit and so on.
And you had a good
And I
job.
had a good job always.
Good
yeah.
job was the
Yeah,
main thing.
yeah, but
But you know,
it was, I mean, people would not believe it now, like it is unreal, isn't it? Like, yeah, you couldn't put them across the road
I
now.
don't get killed yourself now, not to mind the dog or the sheep.
And they wouldn't even look back after killing her.
No,
No way, no way, huh? Full steam ahead.
They just walk them.
Full steam ahead out of my way.
They had no other transport that time, only walk them.
That's the attitude we have now,
They
sure, like.
only had to walk them every fair, even not any fair. Any fair.
They don't walk at all now, sir.
And you're talking about walking them. In 1963, my father and his neighbour bought cattle in Puck, fair in Killarglen. And my father went back up for them.
Hello.
And I couldn't get to him into the trailer. And his neighbour turned around and said, "Leave out another one, I'll walk him home." He walked him from Killarglen, from Puck Fair, Killarglen to Castle Gregory. He left Killarglen at 3 o'clock. Puck Fair, the Cattle Fair day, and 3 o'clock the next day he landed in Castle Gregory after walking him. Then,
They walked a lot faster one time.
Unbelievable,
and as my mother said, he landed and he had a pair of hobnail boots on him and no sock.
And the soles of the shoes nearly worn.
At the soles of the shoes.
Boots nearly worn.
Well, that was their way.
Take no one else to walk in the same.
Oh no.
Car saving with cattle.
No,
and
they don't
everything.
want their children to walk across
They
the
don't
road
walk
to
across the
school.
road, no.
They want the bus to do it. Michael Kerry passing through.
down there, like. Yes.
It will rain and every now and then. Yeah, you're big at home, and you of course.
Oh, is she? All right, thanks. Oh, she's sitting down. Uh-huh. What are they doing? What is
They gave me kids from take them back.
How are you?
Hello.
I'd say we're not going home at all. I'd just ring Christina and say we're not going there. Which we're going down to the cafe. I suppose we go for a pie.
Is it?
It must be something along those lines.
saw that on the road.
Come on. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, but it looks lovely in the flowers, doesn't it? That's gorgeous. Yeah, gorgeous. Wanna walk? Oh, take your time, drink the water.
These two sheep now are examples of the black-faced breed. They came from Scotland, they're ancestors, and they were never bred with lowland breeds. So they're true Scotch. And if you go, hi Bonnie, how are you? Oh, thank you. I'm here with my rams. What's new? Okay, Bonnie.
And are you selling those today?
I'm selling those two today. They're going later on if anyone's interested. It is going very slow.
They're a
slow
pure
yet.
breed.
Yeah, they're the real thing now. So someone will come along and take them now, and they'll breed for another couple of years in another farm. And you see, we can't keep them too long because otherwise they'd be related to our own sheep if you kept them longer than 3 years.
Okay.
So we have to move them on to the next farm, so to speak, and then these people keep them again for a couple of years, and they breed them, and then you move them on again.
Okay, so you mix the blood.
So the rams have a great life. They move from farm to farm, and you mix because of the DNA. If you actually if you kept rams for too long, your sheep would have the same breed. The DNA would be the same because they'd be coupling with their daughters and granddaughters and stuff, so that can't happen.
The inbreeding.
Yeah, inbreeding. So we're very careful about that now.
And do you have to do DNA tests when you're selling them?
No, we don't. In fact, there is something coming in about genotyping into the future to check that, because we're in a peninsula, if we keep selling to another which have the same breed, but into the future they're going to look at the whole idea of we bring them in from outside a lot of the time now as well. A lot of people around here farmers, they go up north and buy sheep, or they bring them in even from Scotland, So they're coming in all the time, so you're making sure that the breed is not going to get too close bred. So it's a great hobby, as well as everything else. It's kind of like a hobby almost in this day and age because sheep aren't so valuable, But we'll still keep going with them anyway. We'll keep going with them as long as we can. Hello lads, how are you? Hello Brian, how are you doing?
What?
They're a bit on the cross side, those guys. They're a bit cross. Then they're used to people. They don't see anyone up on the tops of the mountains. They don't see anyone up on the tops of the mountains. They're in shock today when they're when they're out in the neighbourhood.
Just back there, and he was coming up to the car, the dash field. He had the tractor and trailer, he had to over in the open door. And I got into the trailer, but I came in the front, the rail at the front, just saying. Oh, the big fuel like back then when he got the front. Came off the tractor, and one
Oh, we're organising a trip to Europe. We're trying to take so much to Europe. Chatting about it when we were there.
Yes, as well.
I always enjoy coming to the fair.
And how long are you coming to the fair?
Good 2 years, I'd say. I can't remember how many. 30 or 14 years. Give it to that.
And are you a local woman? Are you from camp?
I am.
So is it the biggest day of the year in camp?
It's a big fair day in camp. Yes.
And how would it compare now, maybe with the fair in years gone by?
Well, I said to be bigger long ago than now. Do you think so?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's got smaller now, but keeping up the tradition.
Just keeping up the tradition.
It's nice, yeah.
And I hear the mutton pies are a big thing. Would you have made the mutton pies on this day?
Well, long ago I would, but not now.
You're retired now.
I am.
Why not?
Very good. And would you have kept sheep yourself?
I would, yeah.
And you'd bring them down then to sell here?
It was a long time ago since I bought sheep.
Yeah.
But I still keep a few sheep at home.
Just 50 years ago today I came here with my father. I bought 25-year-old lambs at a $5 a piece. And we walked them home back into Limbe. And I've been in camp since then. I've been in London for the last 51 years. I got the freedom of London last year and I walked my sheep over London Bridge. So I'm a very proud Irishman. I'm very proud of what I've done and I have a wonderful, wonderful family. My daughter got married Saturday and we 2 great days with her. So it's wonderful. Life is wonderful, you know what I mean? And it's great. Great to be here and great. I got a scare there 5 years ago. I got an aneurysm in the brain and I had only 4% of a chance of surviving. So God gave me another great chance. So I want to wish everybody from camp here every good wish and every good luck to everybody for the future. And I'm going to sing a little song for representative of the fair day. Now my name it is Mickey O'Mahony from the village of Mullinhorn, and 'tis there that I first met my darling, and that I really can now call my own. Now she lived with her father and mother in a cottage way down by the hill, and wherever on earth you may wander, you'll think of that darling spot still. Put more turf in the fire, Marianne, for the weather is dreary and cold. Put on the big sod, Marianne, oh, we are both drawn very weary and old. We'll talk about times, Marianne, and the troubles in life we went through. You can turn the whole world, Marianne, upside down, but it'll never change my love for you. Mary Ann, no, it'll never change my love for all of you. You remember the day long ago, love, when we walked down that shady Portheen, and you whispered soft notes of love in my ear, and we sat by the murmuring stream, and we watched the blue smoke as it turned upon the air from your father's mud cabin down by, and we vowed that we'd always be true love, and that you would always be mine. Put more turf in the fire, Mary Ann, for the weather is dreary and cold. Put on a big sod, Mary Ann, oh, we're both run very weary and old. We'll talk about times, Mary Ann, and the troubles in life we went through. You can turn the whole world, Mary Ann, upside down, but it'll never change my love for you. Mary Ann, no, it'll never change my love for all of you. God bless you all. Woo! And keep the campfire going. Yes, God bless you.
I'm conscious that this morning over in the UK they're burying the Queen.
Oh God Almighty.
And did you meet the lady yourself?
I met the Queen when I walked the sheep down across London Bridge. Queen was a wonderful person. I gave 51 years in London, and I used to have a love to look at her in my 50 on the 50 pound notes when I see the Queen. So it's a sad day for London, a sad day for a lot of people. They're wonderful people, and we wish and I hope that she's above in heaven looking down to us, and every good wish to all the royal family and to each and every one of them. The great day indeed.
Mighty.
It's a great day.
Mighty.
It's nice to keep the tradition going.
And that's all we're doing. That's all we're doing.
That's how we do it, right?
That's all we're doing to keep it going.
But I'm here. Is there any happening here?
Oh, there's a few sheep ball sold here.
Few around there, one is.
No, there is a few rams here. There's a couple in from your side of the country here buying. There's he be John, you know John, you know, who did it? Right? He did his nephew was here buying. Hardly right there. He is, yeah.
Sorry.
And Jason.
Natasha. So these are
Ram.
So Tom, number 1, and Jason.
Yes.
Where did you go, Tom?
And Natasha.
Yeah, we go, I know, yes. He doesn't go there. Yeah, we're going to give that to him. Yeah, yes, she is. I think she can go with you. She will. Get on it.
No?
No.
You can come to Grandad there with Patrick. The two of you stand there.
Grandad keeping the cup.
Yes, the two of you now. Stand with Grandad.
Come on.
Until I get a photograph.
Any now with it.
9 minutes now.
Okay? Yeah, no problem.
1 second, that's sorry.
What will you what's next?
Is it?
We know in a minute. There's plenty of other stuff around.
There you are.
Right. What's next to you, Bridget?
So that's the ram lamb. And the best yearling ram, best Scotch yearling.
Yeah, yearling ram only.
That's a potato.
Yeah,
We'll put them up to the table now.
Yeah, bring the cup. Get the cup with you. You have the cat above, we'll have. Yeah, right.
That's
I
fine.
was in the sandwich.
Yeah, look, and that is well. How about yearling ram, Tom?
No, I haven't. No.
Right.
Come on, Levi.
Good girl.
Right. What will Tom do now?
Where would Tom know? You can tell you cup home for Grandad.
Yeah, I know how that which cup is going to play.
Don't forget your juice. And your second.
Give it down in a minute. Yeah, you're right.
All finished, is it? Sure, finished, sure. I'm sure all the cups are up there already.
Yeah, no, they've more to go.
Is there more to go, there is?
There is.
You looking great as always. I love you. I love you. I thought these are all the programs I was telling you about.
And the John O'Shea Memorial Cup.
That's right, the John O'Shea Memorial Cup. Yeah. Ron's passed away. Generally, the Memorial Cups are in memory of people who we wouldn't do work without you at all. Great. So that's all we have now.
Any ram, Martin? Go way over there. What's that? Only off the hill. Yeah. Oh yes. Det var jag kan Und. This? Yeah. We give him this.
Ah, yeah.
And you have to know to, yeah? Okay?
Now, boys. Okay.
Have you anyone wrong?
No. You bought the two.
Thanks, Dad.
Yes. Go around to the Shifa.
Sure, we only just got we just started laying in the last 2 weeks.
I think it does.
So they're organically fed and they're...
Oh, that's good. Oh, look at this.
Hello, how are you? How are you? Good.
We've got them out on pasture.
Oh yeah, that's good.
So they move every day they move every other day to fresh
And I
grass.
have change. They're €6.
Oh, €6.
Yeah.
I got a white hand.
Richard, if you want to pay me, that's fine. No.
I got a white hand.
Unless you want to work. We're just up the Glentinasic Road. Yeah. Are you where you okay?
With the store.
Oh, okay. But if you're ever up in Glentinasic, we're just along the road.
If
And we
these
have...
are good now, I'll come back to them.
They're the best.
I got a white hand.
Your eggs and your... Talk to
Yeah, they're pasture raised eggs. So we've built an egg mobile. It's a mobile house that we move around the farm. They follow our sheep and our cattle. We move them every couple of days, so they're constantly on fresh grass. So they're fed organic grain, but they get a large part of their diet from bugs and grasses and herbs. It makes a pretty good egg.
And when you say they're pasteurized?
No, pasture raised.
Oh,
Sorry, pasture raised. Yeah. So, So they're on fresh pasture all the time.
And how many have you got?
We've got a couple hundred.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So
Okay.
a lot of eggs.
Yeah. And tell me, you're all fenced in now, or how are you dealing with the local wildlife?
So we have two sets of 50-meter long electric netting. So it's like a 25 by 25 meter square. So that square moves around the farm every couple of days. So as they've started to impact the pasture, we move them onto fresh grass. So it's a good way to prevent buildup of diseases or anything like that.
And have you had any visitors?
We haven't, thankfully, no.
Oh, thank God. And how long are you up and running? I see just 22 there.
No, we've only the hens have only been on the farm for about 6 weeks, so they've just started laying. We're sheep farmers. Before that, we've been farming for about 5 years.
And where did you get your hens from? Are they rescue hens originally, or
No. They're like a hybrid. They're a hybrid commercial hen. The same type of hen that you'd have in a barn-raised chicken operation. We just give them a much better quality of life. But because they're hybrid hen like that, they lay a lot of eggs, you know. So that's what we're looking for.
And they lay in the house that you move around.
They lay
then?
in the house, yeah.
You're not around the place looking for them.
No.
Don't be so lonely just now when I'm gone, but I will be back when the robin comes home. The winter passed slowly, sometimes he was sad. He said in his letter that the weather was very bad, and that he did miss her file out on the foam, and he prayed for the day that the robins come home. I will be back when the robins come home. I'll have enough money and make you my own. Don't be so lonely just now when I'm gone, but I will be back when the robin comes home. The Sunday coming from his coming at last. With joy turned to sorrow, her flag was half-mast. Tears were falling on the first day of spring, and tears with her casket the robins did sing. I will be back when the robins comes home. I'll have enough money and make you my own. Don't be so lonely just now when I'm gone, but I will be back when the robin comes home. Yes, I will be back when the robin comes home.